My transformation began in 2021 when I was diagnosed with cancer. After a year of doctors and tests, an ENT was able to locate a tumor in my throat at the base of my tongue, and after a biopsy on Christmas Eve, diagnosed me with salivary glands cancer. My choices were the removal of my tongue or 7 weeks of radiation. I chose the latter, and through God's grace, I am here to tell you about my transformation. Throughout these 7 weeks, I changed spiritually, mentally, and physically. Physically, I lost 50 pounds due to location of the radiation. A mask was made to stabilize my head during the radiation, to localize the rays, and keep my head locked in place. As the treatments progressed, I lost my taste buds, salivary glands to produce saliva, and my ability to swallow. And sure, oyster crackers, cup of soup, and applesauce became my staples. By the end of my treatments, my 50-pound loss included a lot of muscle mass as well as inches. I had a long journey ahead of me to gain back the muscle and tighten all of the loose skin. Mentally, I became silent. Due to the treatments on my throat, I became unable to speak. Eventually, my communication was through texting, messenger, or a dry erase whiteboard located next to my recliner. I had to sleep in a reclining upright position to prevent coughing attacks and vomiting. I very rarely left my home except for the daily trips to radiation. These weeks of a downward spiral left me in a mental state I had never experienced before. After the treatments, it would be over a year before I felt comfortable talking in a group setting, making decisions without anxiety, and remembering simple tasks due to brain fog experienced from the radiation. Today, these tasks are still difficult. Spiritually, I became a warrior. My sister had given me a journal with a beautifully decorated cover of diamond painting she had created to record my thoughts throughout this difficult time. She began the journal with some inspirational scriptures from God's Word to encourage me. I continued to use this journal in the same manner. Each day I began with 4 of my favorite devotional books and spent time reading, pondering, and praying. The verses that spoke to me during this time in devotion became a part of my journal. This would be the beginning of a new spiritual journey for me and my desire to serve the Lord. Steve and I had a dream to complete the Great Loop on our boat. After I was healed from cancer, we decided now was the time to make this dream come true. I had my 6-month cancer-free CT scan in September of 2021, and shortly thereafter we began our journey from Sturgeon Bay, Wisconsin, down the river system to Cape Coral, Florida, where we would spend the winter. My physical and mental limitations were a struggle at times, but improved each step of the way through hard work and determination. Spiritually, I continued to grow and share my faith with those met along the way. I had ordered a variety of tracts to distribute along the journey and handed them out to servers at restaurants, fellow loopers, and homeless people we encountered, along with a homemade sandwich, veggies, and a dark chocolate heart. In May of 2022, we began the eastern portion of the trip on the intercoastal of the Atlantic Ocean to complete our loop. We arrived back in Sturgeon Bay in September, a year after our original departure. This portion of the trip is documented through my YouTube channel in the Great Loop playlist. During our winter in Florida, we decided to purchase a condo in Fort Myers. While living on our boat in Cape Coral for the winter, I traveled back to Wisconsin to put 4 properties up for sale, pack up our personal belongings to transfer to a storage unit, sell all of our furniture, and close on each property prior to securing the fully furnished condo in Florida. It was a whirlwind of a year, to say the least. This brings me to my new endeavor. Due to my transformation, I feel led to create this playlist of spiritual, mental, and physical growth and encouragement. The diligence of a daily routine that fuels our being is so important. I want to share with you, my viewers, how to grow spiritually, physically, and mentally through devotion time in God's Word, healthy breakfast habits, and a variety of exercise routine to honor the Lord with our bodies and life.